It's Wednesday. You know what time it is. Also know that friends don't let friends finger pop each other in the ass live on a video stream. I'm just saying. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Mike World Order. Of course, I'm your host, Mike Thunder, also known as the guy who is stealing the show and your girlfriend. And right now, I'm stealing the streams. Yeah. So, hope everyone's doing right tonight. All right, I mean. I'm heavily distracted by my co-host in the gorilla position before I bring him in. And I also want to mention that I have the worst case of noodle legs right now. And for those who don't know what noodle legs is, basically you're too young and you've never experienced what it's like to have noodle legs. And we're not talking about those who do leg day at the gym. That being said, of course, it's the best part of the day of the week for you to look forward to. It's that time of the day where, well, of the week. It is what it is, right? So, those who are watching live on the Twitch stream, as well as YouTube, as well as the Twitter page, thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you're having a good evening. And with everything that's going on with the weather, we hope everyone is safe and whatnot. That being said, of course, I'm Mike Thunder. Duh. But also, I'm alongside the other half of Thunder and Lightning, Fire and Desire, Ebony and Ivory. Except if you really know our personalities, you already know which one's really Ebony and which one's really Ivory. So as always, my right-hand man, the executive producer of MikeWorldOrder on the show, my man, the filthy one, Tom Lightning. What's happening, brother?
Right, the filthiest of the filthy. What's up, Mike? How was your day? Glad to be here on MikeWorldOrder. I don't think you're supposed to start laughing right off the get, Mike.
My bad, I was not expecting the blush. But yeah, my day was
Oh, I can make you blush.
Oh, stop.
Let's get back to them noodle legs.
The noodle leg. Yeah, I'm like constantly rubbing my knees, like.
I told you to stay off them damn things while you were at work.
I'm sorry, but even Tuesday when I had my one-on-one with my supervisor, he was like, "Are you nervous?" And I'm like, "No, why?" He's like, "Because
you're on your knees,
rubbing your knees." And I'm like, "Dude, I got noodle legs, man. I'm an old man." He's like, "You're too young to be old."
That's what happens when you have leg day.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Leg day.
Yeah. It was oh yeah. But tonight's episode, we're pretty much going to talk about a few topics that's going to catch everyone off guard, where everyone can pretty much relate to it. As you can see, our co-host Moxie's not here tonight. She had to take care of some family business, you know.
Strike one. That's right.
Swing and a miss. But, I mean, at least she said ahead of time. If she would have
Right.
came with that shit at 8:05, then that's a different story.
Fired.
Be like, you fired.
You would have messaged me, and I would have yelled at you for an hour.
I would have been cool with it.
I've been. This is why. This is why.
You know, just saying. But
I have something in the works too about having maybe a guest panelist coming up soon. Has been recently seen on WWE, but we will be discussing that behind the scenes.
Okay. That sounds like a plan there, brother. You know, and speaking of WWE, that pretty much brings us to our first topic for tonight, the Royal Rumble recap, where we'll be recapping both WWE and the Mike World Order live watch along, which, as many would say, you know, it left our viewers scratching below the surface.
Yeah, because a lot of them probably don't know that we have an intern, however you want to say it.
Interim,
that's it, interim. Strong chat champion right now.
Jose Statistico, the 2022 winner of the first ever mWo Royal Rumble. Yes, he outlasted everyone. And I'd probably say if there was a good, bad, and downright ugly, I'd probably have to say the good, Jose winning. Also another good, the three faces of Mike that happened, which I thought
Unfortunately, I still haven't had a chance to reach out to DJ Mike's on and apologize for an incident that happened on the show that I am still kind of speechless about. I don't even know how to bring the subject up. I'll let you take it away, Mike. Just let me know when you want me to throw the overlays up.
Okay, well, so, you know, I'd say one of the pops of the night was DJ Mike's on showing up, and it had a good reaction. Like, I've always wanted to meet Mike Son, you know, because I watch MWO radio on, you know, Saturdays and Sundays while doing the apartment. And, you know, it was the first time we actually saw him live and in the flesh during the Rumble. I mean, he came in as
I've seen him a couple times in the flesh on video calls doing producing work. But I always have to have a translator because I can't understand a word that comes out his mouth.
I know, right? I mean,
especially when he tries to speak English. It's hilarious.
It is. That broken English. And I'm like, you know, it's kind of like DJ Mike's on speaking English is like watching Stevie Wonder, you know, reach out and touch because he's blind. It's very interesting to see.
Reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah, reach out, you know, my Sherry and mud, reaching on the cloudy day, you know. But it's so funny because it was quickly overlooked. Like he had a big reaction, and it was quickly overlooked because a certain member on the panel was digging for treasure, and by digging for treasure, he was finger popping his ass. Luckily, if it wasn't for his name, yeah. And as you can see, Filthy Tom's face from it, as well as DJ Mike's son. DJ Mike's son doesn't speak much English, but I'm pretty sure he can understand when someone sticks their finger in their butt and starts sniffing.
Yeah. It was. Oh, I'm still in utter shock about it. I don't. It's gonna give me nightmares again.
And since then, we have not seen DJ Mike's on because of it.
He did do a show Sunday.
No, that was.
But I didn't have a chance.
He wasn't there. The poor guy was lost in transit.
Oh, okay. He was unfortunately caught in flight.
Yeah, I had to fill in for DJ Mike's on because he had some flight delays going back to Tokyo, and they said
Gotcha.
he was traumatized, and the poor guy, like, look what I had to go through, man. He was watching a gremlin finger poke himself,
Yeah,
live
let's
on
let's let's pop
stream.
that right back up real quick, so everybody got a
Man,
good viewing of it.
and there you see it. He's digging for treasure, everyone. He's digging for treasure.
And my
And
facial reactions, like you
exactly.
guys seeing this,
The facial
they,
reaction was on point, as well as always seeing Nameless Goulet from the nose up.
right? I'm starting to think that's all that she has of a body is from her nose up.
Yeah, well, she need to do something about it because every time she's from the nose up, her forehead takes up half of the screen on her wall.
Yeah, can't really tell if she's got a mouth with teeth in it or she's got DSLs.
I can't
Um,
tell.
we can't tell. We never really get to see anything
You
besides
never
hear up.
really, like, yeah, exactly. Like, are you wearing a mask? You're not around people.
Right? Even if you have a mask, you could come up on the screen a little bit further.
Yeah,
Let us know
exactly.
that you're wearing a mask.
Or something.
DJ Mike's son was wearing a mask.
I
I
think
think that's
so.
what saved him from the smell.
Yeah, because I'm telling you. There he is right there in all of his glory. The dude even like busted out his theme music while he was, in the area.
Right? Oh man, I can't get over those pictures right there.
I'm
They
telling
got
you.
sent to me the following day after the show, and I'm like, why would you send them to me? Oh,
And
why?
and then I watched the replay, and mind you, it wasn't like he just like stuck his finger there and then pulled it back out. No, it was sitting there for a good while. Like
Oh, it was a minute. Yeah, it was a minute.
his,
That's why I was like, are you guys seeing this?
yeah,
I'm looking around going, am I the only one seeing this?
his finger was Indiana
Mike,
Jones in the Temple of Doom.
where were you? You were in the gorilla position. You could have been like yelling.
I was just chilling because I got eliminated by J Rod. I was just going backstage to get some snacks and watch the show. But yeah, we saw DJ Mike's on, and then we saw Sexual Chocolate,
Yeah.
aka Trapzilla, make a appearance. And I was like, look at the peak of his traps, man. It's just amazing. I'm telling you. Sexual Chocolate, Mike Thunder, yeah. I'm telling you, we pretty much the three faces of Mike, you know.
I could just imagine what the three faces of lightning would be.
You saw them all at the pay-per-view. You
I
saw
know I
Mike.
saw the three. I saw the three faces of thunder. I'm saying I wonder what the three faces of lightning would be.
I'm curious to see,
Me too.
but I
Me
blame
too.
J Rod.
I blame J Rod too because if a J Rod wasn't there, the finger popping booty hole incident probably wouldn't have happened. So yes, let's blame it on J Rod 2022.
But what I loved about it was watching the live video. Um, his face glowed like a kid at a his first wrestling show when DJ Mike Son showed up in the room.
It really did. It was fascinating to see his reactions when DJ Mike Song come on because I guess that's the first time that J Rod's probably actually ever seen DJ Mike Song like on video or live on any shows because like we just said most of the time DJ Mike Song has never been on camera. He's always like in a gorilla position or behind the scenes of everything, producing his Mike World Order radio. So very few people's actually ever visually been able to say, "Hey, I met him."
And he showed up at the Rumble,
He did. He
Only
did.
to
You
get
got eliminated. And next thing we know, we had DJ Mike's on.
yeah, exactly. And just like
I think
me,
I was in there the longest though.
yeah, I think he was. He was pretty much the well, no, Beth was.
No, Mikey was.
No, because
Yeah,
after
because he
me,
came in. He came in second place. I didn't get to
yeah,
come in until fourth.
yeah, but Beth was like third, and she stayed till like the end.
Yeah, well, I wasn't staying until the end then. We were already after midnight, and I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'm good now. We need one more follower to hit 100 followers tonight on Twitch. So if you're just tuning in, checking us out, give us a follow. Oh, we got some late breaking news coming in.
Alrighty, Joey 13 with the breaking news. Jose Statistico, the interim MikeWorldOrder Strong Chat World Champion, will be making his decision on who he will face at Mania soon. Which we also want to mention, the same day that we're doing WrestleMania, we will be doing MWO Thunder Mania Night 1 and Night 2. Oh, Thunder Mania, yeah. It's the Macho Man, Mike Thunder, yeah. Coming down to the ring, brother, yeah. And then I'm going to go after the immortal Tom Hogan, yeah, brother, yeah. Yeah, gonna come after him with his green standing in his hot dog, and yeah. Gonna get on the top rope and drop the elbow on him like that, yeah. He's like, you hear that, Miss Elizabeth? I'm gonna drop the elbow. I'm like, yeah, like,
Yeah, brother, snap into that Slim Jim. Yeah.
Oh yeah, never don't let him.
We are putting over the dirty finger.
Yes,
I'm
Most
gonna stay
people-
out of the chat.
well, or in his case, dirty fingers. Dirty fingers.
And since he's just now like popping into the chat,
We cannot leave you alone, Mikey, because
we'll bring it back up again.
Yeah, not only did you scratch your ass cheek, so you say, but you also sniffed your fingers too. I mean, you was back there digging for treasure there, buddy. Yeah, that's more.
Yeah,
It looked like the whole hand was up there.
It was definitely get the ass cheek in the center.
And as he's walking away to watch AEW Dynamite, just remember, his fingers brought the rampage.
Hey, I'd be tickled if I just tuned into a show and the subject matter was about me. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm living rent free today.
Rent free, and I hope you washed your hands afterwards, Mikey. I don't think you did, but
He did. He stuck it in his mouth.
Ew.
You've seen it. You've seen it.
I saw
We've
it.
all seen it.
I was like, well, technically I saw it from,
Back in the gorilla position. Yeah,
I'm
you were
just-
still backstage producing.
Yeah. I was just looking at poor DJ Mike's on. He had this look in his face, and it was the first time I ever heard DJ Mike's on say anything in English in terms of a full sentence. And of course, that one sentence would be Mikey Starks, you fucking stink.
You nasty.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. I mean, you also got to think about it, guys. This is what we laugh and joke about. We don't take this personal. And because of that, some people who lack a sense of humor want to take it to Twitter and complain and go on YouTube pages and complain and harass me on Twitter to where they end up getting, ram jammed by the crew. I don't even have to say for them to do it. They did it on their own. So for anyone who says Mike brought they brought them own selves. They brought them own selves.
The new name for Mikey, Scratch and Sniff.
Now, Mikey, if you said you don't stink, why did you sniff your fingers afterwards?
Was that just natural habit for you? Were you?
That's the real question I want to know.
You was licking them fingers like it was fried chicken.
Yeah, good, baby. I mean,
That's what happens when you do a whole show with your back to the fucking cast.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna sit like this the whole show, not turn my head, look back at nobody. I'm just gonna sit like this the whole show.
I mean, yeah. And it's DJ Mike's on. He ain't no Mikey. Or as JBL would say, "What you doing over there, Michael? Come here, Michael."
Michael.
Michael. I miss JBL. I'm not gonna lie. People can say what they want about JBL. Him being
He was, even when he was back when he was Terry Bradshaw. Or not Terry Bradshaw, but
John
Bradshaw. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he originally was Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Then he was just Bradshaw.
That's why I just said Bradshaw. I don't know why I want to call him Terry Bradshaw, but because that's a football player, but
because of the NFL.
I know, but for some reason I always say that, and it's always a mistake. So I'm just going to refer to him as Bradshaw or JBL. And yeah, he was he had a hell of a character that he developed over the years.
But I'd have to say JBL was a personal favorite. Even though everyone's like, I can't stand it because he reminds me of George Bush. He's a heel. You're supposed to hate him. Even Bush supporters hated JBL. So what's your point?
Right.
I swear, some wrestling fans take this shit way, way too seriously. And mind you, I've been a wrestling fan since I was in diapers. But I'm not going to lose sleep over that shit, I'm not going to be so crazy, And as requested by Beth, she wants to see what does Dusty Rhodes think of the booty popping moment.
That might be a Thursday show.
Yeah, we might have to save that for Thursday. We'll bring the American
Dusty
Dream
on, yeah. Because we're gonna have to make arrangements for Dusty to be here.
Yeah, we can make that happen,
Yeah, he's normally only just a phone call away.
I mean, it is what it is,
Right.
Cancel. But on the WWE side of the Rumble, I gotta admit, with the exception of probably the two main title matches, I feel like everything else on the show is a complete and utter clusterfuck.
It was way too predictable. Everybody was calling what was going to happen before the match even happened, and it was just utterly predictable. I'm like, wow, we haven't seen this before. Oh, look, DQ. Oh yeah, now we know who's going to win the Rumble.
Well, I mean, that kind of made sense because I knew Roman was going to get DQ'd. I felt that.
Yeah, that was just some BS, though.
Well, no. Right now is where they're about to take Rollins to go back to babyface. So you got to find a way. I mean, it is heel 101. I rather go with that DQ of what Roman happened than a DQ from NWA WCW circa 1988 to 1993, where if you get thrown over the top rope, it's an automatic DQ. And because of that, fans called it the Dusty finish because it was Dusty Rhodes who came up with that.
Right. God rest his soul.
Yeah, but we'll see him tomorrow night on it. Thirsty Thunder Thursday. But I'm just saying, a DQ like that, nah. I've seen dumber DQs than that. I wouldn't even consider that dumb. It made sense because the point of that being the opening match was to get fans ready, because let's be honest, if we would have put that on any section of the show, it wouldn't have gotten the reaction it got.
True.
They wanted to start out red hot. Now, I did have, a personal gripe about the men's Rumble. Okay. Shane McMahon.
There was a lot of people that had issues with the whole Shane McMahon being on there. I thought it was funny watching Bad Bunny be on there and doing half decent.
I wasn't bothered by a Bad Bunny.
No, I wasn't bothered by it. I got a kick out of it, and he did decently. And plus, I thought the most comical thing was Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, that too. And getting frog splashed by Montez Ford. But Bad Bunny has really been putting his work in training and
He
all that.
has. He
Like
has. You could tell. You could tell because he was pulling off some moves that normally veterans have issues doing.
exactly. And on top of that, I mean, he's even mentioned it. He's not coming in as a. I mean, yes, his name makes him a celebrity, but he even said that he came in humble and he wanted to learn. He wanted to be
And
trained.
he did. And he
And
did. And he did. That's
he
exactly
even
what he did. I give him mad props for it.
oh yeah, and he even mentioned it on a documentary they did. He wanted to start from the bottom, but they had to cram all that within a certain time frame. So like, and I'll say it before and I'll say it again. The only reason why they brought in Bad Bunny was because he did a track called Booker T. That's it. That's it. But it did help Damian Priest,
They
which,
did.
as much as I like the wrestler, I still can't stand his name. It sounded
Me
so.
neither.
When I first heard the name that they gave him, or that he came up with, or agreed with, whatever the case was, J. Rod thought it was the most funniest thing because I said it in the most disapproving voice. J. Rod was like, "Yeah, man, they're about to call him Damian Priest because we're used to calling him Punishment Martinez," and I just sat there and I was like, "Damian Priest." Like, and the moment he heard me say it, J. Rod lost his shit laughing.
It's always
And
great.
our one and only Base Kip, he's right when he says, he wrestled better than half the roster. He sure as hell wrestled better than half of the roster
Very
that
true.
night.
Very true.
And speaking of Base Kip, I know he gets mad every time we do this, but I got to because I always got love for Base Kip. So if you see over there on your far left, well, right, whatever. If you see what's going on right there in that corner, that logo, you see that MWO logo? It looks fly, doesn't it?
Let me do this for you, Mike. That way everybody can see it for good.
There you go. See that right there? That was created by our very own Base Kip. Not only has he created the MWO logo, he's also created the Braun Breaker inspired Mike Thunder logo. He's also done logos for Front Row Material, Colton Beardo, Written Renegade, 6 Degrees of Separation. He's everywhere. And he's just getting started. But he's so good at what he does. So if y'all ever get a chance, head up and boy Base Kip.
And the turnaround time on getting it is just amazing.
Oh, exactly. And we get it. He's like, you ain't got to plug. No, we're plugging you, okay? Because you put in great work. When I got that logo put on my shirt, I think I took at least about 20 different photos of that shirt because the logo was so amazing. Yes. Hashtag leave it to Kip. He's your guy. Don't go
Leave it
for
to
some
Kip.
knockoff type, designs.
Yeah.
Kip is your guy.
Especially if you're in a crunch, you're trying to be prepared for a podcast or another show, and you got less than 24 hours to get a new logo made up. Base Kip is definitely the one to reach out to. If he's not already booked, he will make sure that he has the logo to you before you go live.
Exactly. And he ain't got canceled. First off, hashtag you can't cancel Kip. Shit. Kip won't even cancel Kip.
At least not on MWO. He can't be canceled.
Exactly. I said what I said on that statement. Kip's our guy, and we stick by Kip through and through. So, anyone who disagrees on that, well, that's your problem, not mine. That's your prerogative. Definitely not mine. To steal his quote, not my monkey, not my circus.
Exactly.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, definitely pitch out there your merchandise. That way, people that are listening on the
Oh
Spotify
yeah.
and things like that can go check out the
Well,
merch.
right now I'm working on a merch store, but we're not gonna officially bring that up yet because I'm still working on. And once again, Kip,
Summer 2022.
You probably might hear from me this weekend, Kip. But yeah, for some reason it's showing up small on the shirts, whereas I've seen the logos on your shirts, it's like fitted correctly. So I might have to hit you up for that. Otherwise, it's gonna look like I'm trying to copy Supreme with having this micro logo sitting on the center of the shirt. And people be like, yeah, man, y'all like Supreme? It's that new Mike World Order, baby. You know what I'm saying? He got better. You see that little ass logo on the shirt? That's him, baby. That's right. He all about that world order, baby. Yeah, that world order. Yeah, check him out. Woo woo. So, you know, I got to make sure I accommodate to the fans because without them,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, Mike World Order would just be looked at as just a regular ass show.
Now we are elevating to what's known as superior podcasting.
That sounds so. Yeah, and yeah, I know I got to resize the kid, but honestly,
He needs help.
I need help. I need help, Kip. That's why I like reached out to you about it, and I said,
And you're a graphics guy, so we come to
yeah,
you, Kip.
I'm not a graphics guy. I'm good at advertising. I'm good at life lessons because giving advice anyone can give, like, and bringing someone out of their shell that flat out says I'm not big on podcasting.
I hate podcasting. I quit.
Yeah. But then as soon as we bring them on and they get comfortable, it's like, I want to come back. And it's like, told you so. But yeah, it's not easy. That's why I say I need your help. I need Kip. Send Kip. I'm already looking like Taz over here with the whole body shape and skin tone. So they said send Kip. I'm going to send Kip. Please help me, Kip, if you're out there listening. Okay? I ain't no booty finger popping like Mikey Starks is. Come on, man.
Yeah, I've got to enlist Kip in on helping get some graphics for some merch for the Filthy Tom Lightning line.
That's right. We need to get a Filthy Tom store going. Look, man, we got kids to feed, man.
I do. I got a service dog to feed now.
Yeah, see. Tom trying to make
a niece and nephew.
Exactly. Packing heat.
Clapping them cheeks.
I was like, how much are you going to pack the cigarette? Like, the way you're packing it, you might as well just, do you want me to get some drums going while you're packing? Like, we could come.
Yeah, we could have got a whole beat going.
Yeah, we could have had a whole beat and the track going, and all we need is like a third person to spit the rhymes, and and then but then DJ Mike's song will probably hit me up, cursing me out in Japanese.
He's like, "What the hell are you doing? You guys suck."
Yeah, exactly. You suck, wee wee. Like I can see him saying some outlandish shit like that, but But in
we don't need a logo for Mikey. We need a logo for this guy here. This one.
Yeah, we talking about Filthy Tom, man. Like,
yeah,
we need to get
not Mr. Wee Wee.
Yeah, we need to get a store for Filthy Tom created so he can be like, yeah,
merching it up for people that like Filthy Tom.
Yeah,
get the lightning bolts going on you.
Or you could do it like how Nikki Ash does it on Raw. She's got like the lightning bolts and all that.
I want to see some sexy ass chick wearing some leggings with some lightning bolts and my name on the ass of it.
I mean, I did see a woman that I used to watch on WCW as a kid post a photo of her some leggings with her legs up in the air, and I'm like, damn. And she's 47.
Just my age. I got what's her name? I'm going. Where do I sign up for her?
Yeah, that's what I need to figure out. Like, it's in the water, man. What I'm
We
saying.
got our new album name.
I don't care. I
Clapping
don't care what
cheeks in the
any.
DMV.
I don't care what any of y'all say. You know, I love my Asian woman.
I can't say much. I came across some really nice looking Asian lady on my Facebook page today, and I was going to comment, but then I thought to myself, no, I better not. Somebody might get mad.
Who?
Who knows?
I
I just said somebody might get mad.
gotta check. You need to show me this Asian woman there.
Here, I'll whisper in your ear.
All right. Oh, I went far away. Hold up. Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you know that one.
Oh yeah. I know what time it is.
That's
I
right.
definitely know what time it is. But yeah, I mean, there was also other stuff about the Royal Rumble that I was not digging either. Not at all. The women's Rumble
They
seemed.
caught the WrestleMania sign on fire with pyrotechnics.
Oh gosh. As much as I was cool with Ronda Rousey returning, a more bustier version. Uh she looked like she just threw something on and went to the ring. Like,
Yeah, I would agree. It was like she wasn't meant to be there. She was a last minute fill in, so she just grabbed whatever and went out to the ring.
yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, her and Shayna Baszler, like, I don't know. This year's Rumble just said clusterfuck on both sides, the men's and the women's. A
Well,
lot
you
of.
know it was really bad if they had to bring Shane McMahon
Oh yeah, well not just that. Where was Finn Balor? Where was Cesaro? Where were these guys? I would have been cool with an NXT guy coming in. You know, even if it
in. Yeah,
wasn't Braun.
what about that Veer Mahal or whatever his name is? Where was he at?
I honestly thought Veer Mahan was going to
Me,
debut.
me too, me too.
Like
Especially in the Rumble.
they kept saying he's coming. He's coming.
Yeah, coming what to the back door and leaving back out it.
Or is he coming back as another Jinder Mahal lackey? But
I don't know.
I did notice his former tag partner in NXT. Um, he's back wrestling because they were a tag team at one point called EndoShare, but one of them got like one of them got fired. Well, not fired, but suspended because he leaked the spoilers to Keith Lee's double title win at NXT's Great American Bash.
Yeah.
And let's see, Finn Balor was out of country, so he couldn't be in the Rumble. He could have been in the country, and they weren't going to put him in the Rumble.
Yeah, no. I'm shocked they didn't bring anybody from NXT up to be in the Royal Rumble.
Because that would have been great for someone like Braun Breaker, the NXT champion.
Right.
But I guess they also figured it's too soon. Plus, they're working out a deal where they got the Raw and SmackDown wrestlers randomly going to show up on NXT to help with the ratings. I mean, they did it before.
But I don't think it's going to work this time.
Yeah, I mean, it worked during the Black and Gold era, in the beginning, but that was a completely different time and a completely different roster. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think people kind of fail to realize that, because if you compare the Black and Gold roster when they first started to NXT 2.0's roster when they first started, it's like night and day, And some of the stars from 2.0 got their start in Black and Gold, like Carmelo Hayes before he became the North American champion. Like, he was pretty much a regular on Black and Gold. But it's good to see him the way he's being booked because he's really good. He's really good. I like his character, and I like his partner in crime, Trick Williams, joining in on everything, and he always ends up being the whipping boy for any situation. It's just funny because there'll be moments he'd be like, "Yeah, girl, I got these abs. They call me Trick," and the next thing you know, he goes in the match with a wrestler, and he gets his ass whooped. And hopefully Disney's not buying WWE because that's a lot of censoring they got to do.
True.
But hopefully that's not the case. And I don't know. It's just there was something about, like I said, the Royal Rumble. I feel like it was missing a whole lot of stuff, like a whole lot. The number one thing it was missing was the surprise factor.
Like, there wasn't this real big surprise factor.
Really wasn't.
Now, if they would have brought somebody like somebody out of the Hall of Fame, or somebody that nobody was expecting out of the blue onto the show, then there would have been a hell of a surprise factor. But there was nothing. I guess the surprise factor was supposed to be Shane McMahon, but that was more of a flop. Yeah, he looked out of shape, wore out, not meant to be in there.
And not just that, it kind of annoyed me of the future storylines that he was going to book himself in. Like, I heard the rumor that it was going to be he was going to book himself in a world title match against Lashley at Mania, was one of the rumors.
He would have got beat up so quick. It would have been embarrassing to even book himself.
Exactly. Like if we really was going to do something like that, Lashley would have pretty much, murdered Shane McMahon, even though Shane trains in MMA too. He trains it, but he's never been in a fight before.
It's just truly embarrassing. I guess if he would have got in the gym and started working out like last year and been prepared for the Rumble and actually eliminated some people, it showed that he actually was there to do a job instead of just filling a spot. It would have been different, but he wasn't. It was just
I don't even think even with that, because Shane won't do a full-time schedule of training. So
exactly.
Even if it's just, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because he's not full-time with WWE anymore. He has a job elsewhere.
Yeah, he has his own company, his own digital media company. And I get it. It's cool, but...
Right. And I give him props because at least he got out from underneath daddy's thumb.
Well,
and he's doing his own thing.
Plus, you can tell based on, because for what was mentioned when it came to creative, Shane was the one that was doing both men's and women's rumbles.
True. Him and Stephanie did work good together.
Yeah, but him alone, nah.
Yeah, no. Because Stephanie, when they would think they would come together and do things creatively together. When he would do it by himself, it just didn't make sense. And then Stephanie would step in and say, okay, this is what you got to do to make it better. And it would work. But when Shane does it by himself, it's lame. It feels like we're rewatching shows that we've already watched.
Such a shame.
It is.
I had to take that moment to think about it because it reminded me of, Vince McMahon when he was WWF champion in 99?
Oh, God.
Then he was ECW champion in 06, 07?
Yeah, that wasn't legit. There's no way Vince McMahon would ever win an ECW championship like that.
I thought it did good business though at the time because
it did.
It helped Bobby Lashley, get bumped up. But I mean, honestly, and that's another thing too I want to go into. When it came to Lashley versus Lesnar, Okay, so that's one of the three dream matches that we pretty much has happened because at this point, Sting versus Undertaker is not going to happen.
No, there's no matches against Undertaker, period.
Yeah, it's
so
never going to
anybody
happen.
asking for that, it's not going to happen. And Sting's getting ready to retire himself anyways.
Exactly. But I do want to see Kenta versus CM Punk. Real go to sleep versus fake go to sleep.
You know who I would have liked to see show up at that Rumble the other night?
Who?
Mick Foley.
That would have been cool.
Right? That would have been the wow factor I was looking for.
But, I mean, his body can't keep up with something like that anymore.
Well, no, definitely not. But
it would have been cool to see. Even if he just popped up. I don't know. I just think it would have been more interesting. But, one huge pop was from Mickie James when she came out. And they let her use her theme song.
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, though.
How?
To come in, get eliminated that quickly.
Not as quickly as Melina.
Oh, I know. That was.
Because that wasn't supposed to happen.
No, I don't think it was.
It's a Vince Russo winning WCW title was worse. I don't know. I had to go with David Arquette being world champion was worse.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, you knew that was all just show.
And to promote the movie Ready to Rumble,
Right. That'd been like Johnny Knoxville coming in and winning the Rumble.
Yeah, but if that was like 15 years ago, we would have been cool with it.
True.
I'm just saying, at the peak of Jackass, if we didn't see Johnny win, then put him in a marquee WrestleMania match.
Well, the only reason he was in that is because they just came out with Jackass Forever. Yeah. So that's the only reason he was even in it.
I mean, like I said, it's just, I don't know. Wrestling can be very strange sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Like, Royal Rumble, I rated a D+.
That is true. Steve-O did do it first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I gotta take the fat arm sleeve off.
Yeah, I see Tom's trying to, trying to keep it easy on them, health and all that. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then next month we got the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. So I wonder.
Oh, that's gonna be good because that's gonna be like a no holds barred type thing because their athletic commission over there is very lax. So things that are going to happen in that chamber, stuff that you're not normally going to see here in the States.
And not just that, I hate not going to lie. The Saudi Arabia matches lately have been hitting better than regular WWE pay-per-views. Always one.
Our little Mercer buddy had to make an appearance.
Oh, yeah, we always got a one up.
One up, motherfucker. One up, motherfucker. So, Mike, how did you like the karaoke videos that I sent you?
Oh, my gosh, I was laughing so hard.
You're the only one that got to listen to them.
Oh, my gosh. I am not going to expose Filthy Tom, but all I can say is that him and his sidekick, Bob, were hilarious. Y'all were hilarious. Y'all do
drunk karaoke is always the best.
But you know what? It's fun.
I don't sing too bad.
No, you were on point. Like, what I was saying, y'all hear like the raspy voice and everything. Like, yeah. Be like, yeah, baby. Be like,
I was listening to some of those the other night, and I'm like, oh my god, did I actually send these to Mike? Oh, I should have listened to him first.
You did. You did. Like,
I should have listened to him first.
Y'all butchered the shit out of Lance Morissette's track, though. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. I think we are now where I guess we got 10 more minutes on this subject and we'll move on to the next subject of tonight's show.
Nah, I think I'm done with Royal Rumble. I
That's why
can't
it's like
look,
10 more
look,
minutes and then that's about max on that
look,
subject.
I can't do another 10 minutes to talk about something that disappointing. It really
Yeah.
was.
It just seems like every pay-per-view lately has been so disappointing.
Yeah, within the past year, I ain't gonna lie, SummerSlam was good.
It was
SummerSlam,
okay.
it was, I mean, I
It
thought
was okay.
it was
It
better
wasn't
than the Rumble.
spectacular. Yeah, it was better than the Rumble, but neither one of them were spectacular.
I mean, I probably had to say the best pay per view in 2021 for WWE was probably Mania because it was the first pay per view that had crowds.
Right.
That's all I can say about that, folks. Invest in better wrestling. If you're strictly a WWE fan, expand your horizons and interests of different pro wrestling communities and shows and all that. You know. But anywho, so our next topic that we're going on tonight. So I notice, in the wrestling world, I've seen a lot of diehard female fans than I do male fans.
That's
And I
because there's
think
more
it's,
male wrestlers than there is female.
yeah. And on top of that, I notice in like relationships and all that, a lot of women are getting involved in being wrestling fans, not because of, their boyfriend likes it, but, it catches their attention as well, too. Like I remember Ricky Steamboat mentioned the story of when they did the after show for WrestleMania 3. And there was literally like lines of press and celebrities at their dining area, whatever they were at, and it just makes you wonder a lot. So, topic for tonight: males, females. This is for both of you guys, so it's not one-sided. But say if right now your significant other wanted to start watching wrestling with you, what would you get them into watching first?
Yeah. What era?
Yeah,
What wrestlers? What
either
kind of
one.
wrestling? What type of matches? Any of that stuff. And send it to us. If you're not watching it live right now, you're going to be listening to this on Spotify tomorrow or whatever gets on there. Make sure you get on to the YouTube channel or on Twitter and leave a comment underneath the video and tell us what your thoughts are of how you would introduce your significant other to wrestling so they become a diehard fan like you are.
Exactly. For me, my go-to is any Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn match.
Interesting.
Because them dudes used to put their foot in their asses in their matches.
Me, I would have to go with any match that Stone Cold Steve Austin was in.
I get that because Stone Cold relates to the fans.
Yes. Yes. Very true.
J Rod went with Pro Wrestling Noah. Oh yeah, Pro Wrestling Noah, the number one financially set wrestling promotion in Japan compared to New Japan. Because it cracks me up when everyone's like, well, if they left, they need to go to New Japan. New Japan is not the only promotion in Japan that's going on. You have more promotions in Japan that are active 20 plus years than what you see in America. America, we just got Impact and Steve Macklin. So it's only a matter of time for people.
Bob Backlund.
Who?
Bob Backlund.
Oh man. Okay, so I was watching some Bob Backlund classics the other day from when he was in Japan. And New Japan World has access to the ghost title change of Antonio Inoki being WWF World Champion. You know,
Cool.
the Attitude Era. Let's see what else. Any match with Kobashi versus Akiyama or Mizawa. Yeah, you know. And as Jersey Devil mentioned, that's Mr. Backlund to you. Mr.
Exactly.
Chicken Wing.
He knew how to put the chicken wing on you.
Yeah, he knew how to torque it right too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing that to someone, putting them in the crossface chicken wing, and they were like in pain from it because I was really torquing their arm like a chicken wing. They thought their shoulder was going to pop out their socket.
Oh, it could. Dislocate that whole thing. Pop that bitch, stick in the trigger out. Looks like a hunchback.
Exactly. But
I've seen it happen. It's gross.
But I don't know. That's just always been me. Like, and not just significant other, but you know, someone who wants to get into wrestling.
Yeah, a friend, a family member, anybody. How would you go about introducing them?
Like, mom, she's old school. She loves her Bret Hart, her Shawn Michaels. But if it comes to the current product, she loves Will Ospreay.
That's different. I've never really heard of an older person going after Will like that, but
that's because
pretty cool.
It's because he's a young dude with a British accent. He's not an ugly guy by all means, but the guy can go. He can flip flop and fly. He can also be a technician. He can also be a dick heel, and he can also make sure he, has that look. Because now he's a legit heavyweight now. He ain't no little 165-pound soaking wet junior. He's
right.
He's a legit heavyweight, and he's done a lot in the past year. You know,
that is true.
Good old Will Ospreay, but yeah, that would definitely be my one question to ask.
So see, I don't know if I'd actually, if to answer the question how I would introduce my significant other into wrestling, yes, I would like have them watch some old school stuff, some new school stuff. But I think I'd probably just have a in the bed wrestling match.
Sound like Eddie Guerrero's wife.
Vicky?
Yeah, because she mentioned that on the episode Dark Side of the Ring.
The best way to get somebody interested into wrestling is to wrestle with them. And when they see how much fun it is and what all can be done, there you go. It's the doorway open to showing them what the rest of the world of wrestling is.
Jesus. But, hey. So our next topic, since that one we really nipped in the bud quickly.
We flew right through that one.
Yeah, surprisingly.
That one's more opened up to the fans listening, watching. Hit us up on Twitter, YouTube, on Twitch. Leave us a comment. Let us know how you would introduce a friend, family, or significant other into the wrestling world that's never been involved in.
Just significant other, Tom.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying the topic significant other. I mean, it was mentioned.
Well, you said friend, family.
I was throwing that out as an example. I'm just saying the topic is more significant other.
Yeah, it's more significant other.
Anybody can get their family to watch it. I got a 2-year-old niece that reenacts half of the shit she sees on SmackDown on a miniature wrestling buddy that looks like me. Okay? I'm afraid that when she turns 15 and I tell her,
she's gonna whoop your butt.
Yeah, she's gonna whoop my butt and put me do a sleeper hold there, and then put me in a Canadian Destroyer power driver.
I could see her having you up in a tombstone, going and say, "I'm about to whoop your ass."
I could never see myself in a tombstone.
Yeah, you can't see yourself in a tombstone, but that doesn't mean it can't happen.
Well, hopefully they won't jack my neck like Hogan's was in '91. That was cool because it's part of the hundreds of lies Hulk Hogan made, saying the Undertaker broke his neck at Survivor Series '91. And you can clearly see when Undertaker did the tombstone, Hogan's head didn't even, it was like literally
touch the mat. Yeah, it didn't even touch the
yeah,
mat.
it was like a foot away. And he's like, oh, brother, you hurt my neck, brother. I got a stinger.
Yeah, coming out wearing a damn neck collar.
Nah, he ain't wearing that collar. A week later, he beat Undertaker in a rematch. But I just think it's the dumbest shit ever how they could have gave Undertaker a decent reign. I would have been cool with him dropping the belt to Hogan at Mania. I would have been cool with that. But yeah.
Ooh. Seeing MWO up in the Steiner screwdriver.
Ow.
Yeah. I see your niece doing that to you when she gets older.
Then she is one strong kid then.
Well, she might be built like her uncle.
I got a feeling she's going to be more like a diva, like her mom.
Well, I've seen some of them diva wrestlers pick up big men and flip them around and do weird things to them.
Weird thing.
Put you up in the torture rack.
You know what? I think other than Nikki Bella, I don't think we've ever had a female use a torture rack for a finisher.
Not as a finisher. I've seen them use it, but not as a finisher.
I mean, that's where they got the reference from.
I know.
Because the technical term is the tower hacker bomb. Because once you do the torture rack, then you switch into a power bomb like move. I've seen it numerous times from wrestlers. AJ Styles done it. Utami Hayashi Shita from Stardom does it. It's a nice move.
So who do you think did the best torture rack?
Luger, hands down.
I think it's a toss-up for me. It's a toss-up between Luger and Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious did a torture rack?
He did it one time.
I don't remember. There have been other wrestlers like Ludwig Borga and Manabu Nakanishi and all them, but Luger, it's going to forever be a Luger move.
Yeah, definitely, because that was his finisher.
You know, good old Lex Luger. Still waiting on that WWE Icons episode of Luger, by the way. Anyone's watching out.
Have you seen him lately?
Man, he looked like Mr. Burns.
Exactly. He does not look like Luger anymore. He does in the face, but the rest of them doesn't.
I'm just waiting for him to call someone Smithers. Smithers.
I can see our one and only Mr. Wheelie being that.
Smithers. We have to torture rack the competition. I could see him doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame. And he's another one. If they do another signing in the area, I hope Luger's in the area so I can get his autograph. Him and Ricky Steamboat. I gotta see
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yes. Yeah, that is so true. Like Luger's episode versus Veer Mahan coming to Raw. How are you going to promote? And you know what? Another episode they haven't released yet was Davey Boy Smith. And I think they did that was because they released his son.
True.
You know, it's got to be the only reason. It's sad, man. But anywho, speaking of sad, the last topic of the night, I feel like, and I think this just only pertains to WWE, but I feel like in 2022, it's getting worse of getting my intelligence insulted with all these, you know, PG kitty gimmicks. It is another levels of stupid, and I don't like it.
Another level of stupid. That's why it's so hard to follow in wrestling nowadays, especially in the WWE.
I feel like now the fans have officially taken over. They got the keys to the asylum.
Oh Lord,
I'm
you
just
got
saying
the
that's what it
keys
feels
to
like.
the asylum.
But no pun intended on that. I'm just saying, no pun intended on the asylum, because this is the underground, not some stupid playground. But I digress. But I mean, I feel like the gimmicks. I feel like with NXT 2.0, with the exception of a small handful of wrestlers, it's too fucking gimmicky. I feel like we're back in 1988 WWF. We might as well just have someone with a Coco Beware gimmick. You know?
Oh my God! I swear if they come back with a Coco Beware gimmick right now, and you know who I can see them make do that? Big E.
No, I couldn't see. I'm talking about NXT.
Oh, well, in NXT, I don't really watch NXT, so
First off, I could never see Big E holding a fucking bird. What he gonna call himself? Cockatoo Carl? Be like, yeah, look at me.
Cockatoo Carl.
I'm
Yep.
gonna be flying, you know. I'm gonna be flying like my best friend Cockatoo Carl. I'm just sitting there like, why? Why?
Why? Please tell me why.
Like, I thought you were the wise man.
The wise one.
Yeah, somebody say you're a wise man. You're a wise man. You know what I'm saying?
I never said I was the wise man.
You know, say he's my wise man. You know what I'm saying? He's the wise man. And then that's when call the tribal chief just you'll be the wise man when I say you're the wise man.
Right?
Speaking of that, not to bounce back on Royal Rumble, but how about that double cross from Heyman?
Right? We all seen it coming though. We talked about it in chats and
yeah, but I mean, to our fans, there might be a couple of fans who didn't see it coming. Like, I would expect it honestly to happen at Mania for the shock value, not the Rumble.
yeah, I would agree with you. I would have thought that would maybe because if it would have came down to like Lesnar against what's his face?
Bobby Lashley.
No.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Not Roman.
I mean,
who's the other one?
What match we're talking about?
I don't even know names right this minute. I don't know. I'm having a brain fart.
Me too, but that's also because I'm starting to get a little tired.
Yeah, it's been a long day for me.
It's been a long week for me.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
You need to start only doing leg days once a week.
Yeah, man, I got them noodle legs.
Who's the current belt holders in the WWE?
Universal, it's Roman. World Heavyweight is Bobby Lashley.
Okay, yeah, it is Roman then.
Intercontinental Shinsuke Nakamura. US is Damian Priest. Raw tag.
I don't like the character that they have Shinsuke Nakamura doing. I don't like that character.
Oh, because he's associated with Rick Boogs.
I don't know. It just it seems like the guy coming out like he's flamboyantly gay or something. And I mean, it doesn't fit. It kind of does, but at the same time, it doesn't.
It fits him. I just don't think the WWE vision of it fits him.
Yeah, no, it does fit him, but the atmosphere that he's in, put it that way,
doesn't fit him.
It doesn't fit him.
It's WWE, and I get why guys like Nakamura left Japan to go to America. I mean, exposure on a bigger
Exactly.
platform,
Yeah, you get more television time in the
bigger
States than you
payoff.
would there. Well, you never did announce what the last subject is.
Get it?
What was it?
Basically,
Oh yeah, see, I told you I was having a brain fart.
I mean, me too, but it just goes back to, like I said, with
Tribal chief.
NXT 2.0. Hey, it's the tribal chief. We spoke
Give
to
her a salute.
Yeah, salute to the tribal chief, everyone in the group chat. You know, but
Thanks for the noodle legs.
some ramen do sound good right now.
They do. I think I might have a bowl of ramen.
I ain't got no ramen in the apartment. Fuck.
We'll make some homemade ones.
That's a lot of work. Look,
I know it is. I know it is.
I'm not saying that it couldn't be done.
Oh no, I'm not saying it couldn't be done either. I've seen your cooking, but yeah, no, noodles take some time to make.
I mean, it's just I ain't got that. I ain't got the time or the patience to do all that. Like, you know, hey Tom, get the one up. Get the one up. The one. Top one up.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
There we go. just had to like throw that in there, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with like some kind of like hand sign besides this.
I mean, that's what I'm going with every time I think of one up. Like, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about Mikey, you know, it's more like, you know.
2 fingers, 3 fingers.
Three
Normally, it's 2 fingers in the pink, 1 in the stink. But
yeah,
somewhere along the line, he got his hands crossing.
I saw his whole hand. He had his whole hand in his ass.
The whole fisting was happening.
I mean, and then
we were watching it live. For people that did not tune in for the Twitch exclusive watch along of the pay-per-view,
the Royal Rumble, yeah,
you missed out on watching the booty playing.
Yes, like he was legit playing with his
Apparently, we done upset him because he has not came back to the chat room since.
Well, let him be with his hand in his butt, man. Come on.
And he says he don't stink.
Well, obviously, your hands. If you got your hand, okay, if you got your hand in your ass, and you pull your hand
back up.
out your ass, and you sniff it, then it is implying that you stink.
Yeah.
Come on.
Anybody else watching this and looks at the overlay that's on the screen right now?
Yes.
Tell me what you think's going on in that picture.
I see DJ Mike's on doing some hand gestures.
Yeah, he's like trying to tell everybody what's going on. You could tell by my facial reactions
that you're pretty much quite disgusted with what you're seeing.
Yeah, and that wasn't the first time.
Yeah, because the other photo, it's like, you know, what the fuck did I just see? He's still going with it.
And I'm like, there we go. Did I witness what I just witnessed?
And that was after he sniffed his fingers.
Yeah, and then that went to this one again. And I'm like, yo, is anybody else seeing this shit? Nope, nobody else was seeing it, just me. Okay, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
It's like you had the best reaction to your
I always have the best reactions, apparently. You guys get a kick out of them.
What the fuck am I watching? It's like
right? What am I involved in right now? I'm like,
you're watching someone finger popping his asshole.
Like, why am I here?
You did it.
I didn't know it was this kind of show.
We don't even know if DJ Mike Son's coming back.
Yeah, we have not heard anything from him.
We have not heard anything.
Stuck at the airport.
He has been stuck in transit.
I'm sure he's not still stuck in transit.
No,
but,
I mean mentally.
Oh yeah, no, I think he broke.
The poor guy. All he wanted was a job for Mike World Order while working in Tokyo, just
Yeah,
so
it was.
J
It
Rod can go
was.
to Japan and visit him in Roppongi Hills and eat McGriddles at the McDonald's. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. And
Apparently, it has been taken to Twitter.
he took it to Twitter. All right, everyone, we're gonna check this shit out right now.
Yeah, I'm
This
getting
is
ready to hit Twitter too. I'm gonna check it
Mike
out. I'm
Thunder's
already on
reporting
Twitter.
live. Mike Thunder's reporting live. And they, look, if I see it, I'm gonna say straight up, I'm gonna impersonate him. I'm gonna use his voice. I'm gonna impersonate him when I do it. Be like, first of all,
you don't know me.
you don't know me. Let's see.
Pull up his page.
Let's see. Yeah, he hasn't posted anything.
No, there was a retweet.
It's just been
retweet. Bunch of retweets. Scrolling. Retweet.
So looking at the news, apparently Brian Kendrick said some offensive stuff.
Yeah, I haven't really checked into what was said, but yeah, I've been hearing the gossip mill going around saying, yeah, he said some bad stuff about some people.
Well, that sucks. Because I actually like Brian Kendrick. Like he's a good talent and he has a lot to give back because he helps out with Joey Chaos's Santino Brothers promotion in Venice, California. So, hopefully this isn't the last we see of Brian Kendrick. But hey, Brian, you're more than welcome to come on the show.
Yeah, we won't judge you here.
We won't judge you here, Mike.
We might pick on you, but we won't judge you.
Yeah, we won't judge you.
I got wind in my lungs wrong.
Poor guy, you good?
No, not really.
Well, that's
the
what
swelling's
happens.
no, I got some swelling going on and it's pushing on my one lung. So if I take a deep breath the wrong way, I guess, it feels like it's pitching my lung off.
Gotta be careful.
And it makes me cough.
Gotta be careful with them cigarettes, man. You might need to take a break off of them.
Well, no, I've really slowed down. I didn't even smoke any the other night. I went a whole day without cigarettes.
Yeah, but you're smoking one right now, and you sound like you're on your death. You sound like me when I had, and I'm not wishing it on you when I say this.
Don't even say it then, because you're gonna curse me, and then that's the next thing I'll have.
Yeah, we definitely don't need that, but that cough sounded horrible. But
yeah, it did. Well, it's because, like I said, my lungs being pinched off on the one side. So when I went to gasp for some air real quick, it pinched the wrong way, and then it made me go into a coughing fit because I have asthma.
It's crazy. Everyone out there, try to be on your best when it comes to your health.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen to you.
But yeah, get that cough checked out whenever you get a chance, Tom. On the real. So, I guess we can do the Q&A segment before we end the show. Is there anyone in the group chat that got any questions? Questions,
comments, anything that you guys would like us to address?
Dick riding.
One-upping.
Blaming J-Rod.
Yeah, we got it's Blame J-Rod 2022.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Shinobi. I am definitely trying to breathe. I'm getting there. Should have brought my inhaler with me.
Or you could invest in a CPAP like I did.
Oh no, I can't do a CPAP.
Why not?
Yeah, no. It pushes my tongue down the back of my throat.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm good.
not me. Like it has me like I'm out.
Well,
But
I have asthma, so it's different when you have asthma.
my mom got asthma. She got CPAP.
Well, she's got other issues. I can't. I'm not doing no CPAP thing right now. My lungs would fill up with so much oxygen they'd probably pop.
But
Exactly.
I'm sorry, it was too tempting not to do that. It was way too tempting.
We definitely miss having you on in the chat of the show, Shinobi. We hope that one day we can actually get you on the air on one of the shows. That would be great.
Yeah, because I think the last time she was on was the women's empowerment episode, which
Yeah.
that was a I don't know, it was a fun episode. It was interesting. I do want to try different departments of bringing people non-wrestling onto the show, you know, something.
Right. Because yes, this is a wrestling based show, but we love to hit all the topics.
You know, I can definitely see that, you know. Soon, never say never. And we got our first question. Sorry to cut you in, Tribal Chief. But J Rod wants to know, do you see Pro Wrestling Noah coming back to America and doing a cross promotion with any American promotion?
No.
I can see it.
I can't. Not at the current time, I can't.
I mean, they did before with Ring of Honor. And
I know, but I still see it happening right now.
I do with all the promotions we got going on, because at one point, Pro Wrestling Noah did have a good lockjaw on a few, not just one, but a few American promotions. Like they jumped the gun before, like New Japan did.
Well, they had a part in Impact too, didn't they?
No, well, they didn't really have part. They just, it was like talent exchange, but
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had a part in it.
I know, but what I'm trying to get at is in the beginning, they used to do a partnership with not only Ring of Honor, but the NWA, and one promotion that most don't remember, but when you mention the alumni from that promotion, it's like, oh, I know who he is.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I know who that one is. I've seen him. Oh, that's what show it was on.
Harley Race's World Wrestling League.
Or World
League Wrestling. That's where a lot of guys that got trained at, like Eddie Edwards, Bobby Fish, who else? Richard Slinger. It was a who's who in that promotion. And they had talent exchange, like when Go Shiozaki went on the American excursion, he pretty much wrestled for WLW. Same with Takeshi Morishima before he pretty much crushed it in Ring of Honor. But a lot of people came from that. Trevor Murdoch, he came from WLW. Pretty much all those guys were trained by Harley Race. And at one point, WLW, I mean, it was looked at as a basic indie promotion, but it was basically those group of wrestlers. And you can tell, based on how they were trained, you can tell that look at how long they're still in the business. Bobby Fish is in his mid-40s, and he's a 20-plus year pro. And he still looked like he can go another 10 years. Like, that says a lot about a wrestler, especially Bobby Fish. You know. And yeah, I remember Wrestle One in New Japan did business with TNA, but sadly, I hate to say it, the Wrestle one was kind of like And then when they were working with TNA, I hate to say it, it was one of those things that was going good until the Jeff Hardy incident ruined it.
True.
Because that was, I don't know which Wrestle Kingdom it was. I don't know if it was number 3 or number 4, where it was Jeff Hardy against Naito. And you can clearly see Jeff Hardy drugged on the show. Like you can
Oh yeah,
clearly,
he was messed up.
yeah,
Couldn't even.
like
His words were slurred.
he didn't talk in the match.
Well, no, no, no. You could, if you ever seen anything that happened backstage, you would know he was clearly fucked up.
Well, I mean, I don't know what went on backstage at Wrestle Kingdom, but you can clearly see in the match there that,
Oh yeah,
uh, and
stumbling.
it was very short too. It was a very short match for it to be a world title match because he was TNA champion, and it was at the point to where the frustrations from that incident, if it wasn't Kurt Angle and if it wasn't Christopher Daniels, they didn't want anyone from TNA because of Jeff Hardy.
Right. Well, I wouldn't blame. Do you blame him?
Mm, I mean,
You get a really good name talent to come to your promotion, and he comes all messed up on alcohol and drugs. You're going to expect that to come from all the talent then?
well, hell no. And it sucked because at that time there was a lot of TNA involvement because you had,
Yeah.
Daniels, Loki, Rhino, James
Right.
Storm, Bobby Roode, Jimmy Rave, God rest his soul, Kurt Angle, who else? Christian Cage, AJ Styles, Petey Williams. All these guys were in New Japan and were getting involved in not just Wrestle Kingdom, but like tournaments too. But
Right. On different
damn, Jeff,
promotions.
damn Jeff Hardy, why you had to ruin it?
Yeah. It just put a bad taste in the mouth of all these other promotions going, well, we got this big name here, and he comes this way. What's to say the rest of them aren't going to do the same thing? Why would we want them on our promotion? Somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It ruined it for a lot of people. And thanks, J Rod. WrestleMania 5, Wrestle Kingdom 5 was the name of it. And oh yeah, I forgot the Motor City Machine Guns were in New Japan.
Yeah.
You know? And because of their runs in different Japan promotions, they didn't they didn't dress up in the TNA locker room. They were in the New Japan locker room dressing up, which I thought that was interesting because it's not often you would see that with Gaijin wrestlers. Like the Road Warriors, they changed with the Japanese.
Well, yeah, they fought in Japan for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Hawk more than Animal.
Oh yeah,
because when they split up for a while,
that's where he went. Yeah,
yeah, he went to Japan and then he brought Kensuke Sasaki as the third Road Warrior when they were called the Hellraisers.
right.
Which I seen the Dark Side on the Ring episode, and I saw how Animal kept throwing shade at Hawk because of it. But at the same time, I mean, the Road Warrior gimmick, it helped Sasaki out in his career.
It did.
Yeah, he went from being mediocre mid-card tag wrestler to maybe, let's see, he ended up being with the Road Warrior gimmick. Then he ended up being like U.S. heavyweight champion, WCW. Then he later on became IWGP heavyweight champion multiple times. So
right,
it helped him. It helped him big time. But
yeah, it was the push that he needed.
Yeah,
to promote himself to bigger and better things.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what it did.
But it's just I don't know. I kind of got bothered by how Animal just pretty much.
It's because he was jealous at the fact that somebody else was coming in.
And it's just funny because they mentioned, they always mention the Road Warriors have won tag titles in almost every promotion.
True.
But not New Japan.
Yeah, because they didn't fight it. They really did fight as a tag team in New Japan.
Barely, because they were more All Japan guys. So
yeah,
when they went to New Japan, I know Hawk did win the IWGP tag titles. It just wasn't with Animal. It was with
Sasaki. It wasn't Animal in rehab at that time.
Yeah, he was rehabbing from a back injury. But then I thought it was so funny, and maybe once again I'd say it come off as hypocritical. As soon as Hawk passed away, Then we see Animal going to Japan teaming with Sasaki with the Hellraisers gimmick. I'm like,
Right.
didn't you just got done talking shit about it on that WWF Road Warriors documentary?
I guess I can see why he was talking shade on it because it wasn't really his idea to do that. But then it worked. When he no longer could do the Road Warriors, why not?
I mean, it helped. It was
It
something.
did.
It was something fresh, and it, like they said, helped elevate a new wrestler. And that's the sad part
The
about
name.
watching
Yeah, the name. I guess, yeah, I could see that why he's pissed because of the naming.
Yeah, because in Japan they never wrestled as Hawk and Animal. They were called Hawk Warrior and Animal Warrior.
Yeah, and to name him the Power Warrior, yeah, I can get why that would piss you off.
I mean, he lived up to the name. He was a strong
And he
dude.
did.
I mean,
He had power. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
It's just,
Sasaki was.
yeah, I can understand because you being the original Road Warriors, you would think that if anybody is going to have like a power name like that, it'd been Hawk or Animal, not somebody that just came along.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. What name would have given him other than Power Warrior? I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that for you either, Mike.
Me neither. We need to get you into watching more New Japan, Tom, man.
Yeah, I got my schedule's so busy now to watch more wrestling on top of what I already have to watch. It'd be great, but at the same time, I would have to like stay up all night just to watch it because during the day I'm way too busy, and then at night I'm either doing shows or producing shows.
That's okay. We can call DJ Mike's on.
Yeah, I know. I'd have to have a translator with me at all times because his English isn't all that great, and I just don't speak Japanese.
I mean, he speaks just a bit. It's good English.
Geez. Look, he made me stutter and everything. I don't know if I would call that good English or great English. I would call it okay English.
You called it mediocre.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for, but I just didn't want to say mediocre. You could tell that he's trying.
Yeah, I mean,
but he has not taken the time to learn the language all that good. And it's just like me. I'm not learning Japanese. I'm too old to learn Japanese now. And by the time I'd learn it, it'd be too late for me to use it.
You're never too old to learn it, man. I'm 34 and trying to look up things of how to look up talking Mandarin and all that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I didn't do foreign languages in school. I can't do them now. My brain won't retain it.
I wish I would have took it seriously back then compared to now.
Right.
Like,
I thought about it. If I had the opportunity to go back, yeah, I would do a foreign language just to say, yeah, I could speak a different language. But my brain just couldn't retain it.
Mine, it was just, I just didn't have no interest in it. It was just boring to me. With the exception, I take that back. Now, my 6th grade Spanish teacher, she was hot. So,
I took tech classes.
I was in the Spanish that whole year. And I was doing so well. Hell yeah.
Well, like I said, yeah, it comes down to who teaches you. If they got a connection with the student and is able to teach rather well or really good, even at OPET, as long as they have that connection with the student and then able to convey how to learn it, then that's the way to go. But then you have some teachers, it's like, oh, you got to learn this, and your test is on tomorrow, and you got to go home and try to learn on your own.
Oh, fuck that noise. And then I remember like high school when I took Spanish, the guy who was teaching it, I swear the guy looked like something off of To Catch a Predator.
Oh, like Jesus. See, that's that I wouldn't be able to learn. I'd be like, who's he preying on?
He was like this old creepy dude. Oh, he always prey on like the cheerleaders and all that.
No doubt.
I was like,
No
really?
doubt.
Why are you like? I was like, dude, you're being mad creepy right now. You be,
Being like the what's his name with the wispy voice.
Spanish is hot.
You better learn some Spanish.
I've,
And
dude,
I guess I gotta learn some Spanish
I
so we can sit
speak
here and
Spanish.
suck Spanish. Well, I'm
The
glad you
area,
can.
the area I live in, I have no choice. If I want to eat good food, or if I want to know certain information, I have to learn. Like, why you think them ladies at the cafeteria at work hooked me up with breakfast? Speak to them in Spanish. As soon as
Well,
I
like I said, I didn't learn any foreign languages. I'm not saying I'm not interested in doing it. It's just
shit,
it's hard for me to retain. I have
shit,
horrible issues with retaining knowledge.
shit. Look, when I moved up here and I moved in my apartment, and I'll never forget it. It was this older Hispanic dude that was roomed across from me, and he looked at me and he said, because he thought I was Puerto Rican, and he was like, he said, my friend, he said, tu Boricua? I said, no. He said, Dominicano? I said, no. And then he's like, habla español? I
See,
said,
I'm
no.
not the only one that says they have an issue
Yeah.
with retaining.
And I'm
Shinobi
like,
says she has problem retaining info like that too. The
but
older you get, it's like teaching a old dog new tricks. It just don't work.
I mean, it worked for me, but
Well,
I
you
just
learned it when
always,
you were younger. You didn't learn it when you were older.
but I didn't retain it when I was younger. Like, I had to
Well,
learn again when I first moved up here. And it was so funny because the guy, when he was asking like all these questions, and when he asked me if I spoke it, I said very, very little. And next thing you know it, he lights up his cigarette and he looks at me as he speaks in English. He said, one thing you'll learn about this area, he said, no habla, no comida. I mean, you don't speak, you don't
don't
eat.
speak English. Yeah, no Spanish, no communicating.
No, you don't speak, you don't eat. That's what he meant.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what comida means, like eating food and
See,
all
I
that.
don't know.
That's what I'm here to help you with, man. That's why
You
we
gotta
need
get
good.
me, gotta get me a translator and the do sign language and everything at the bottom corner when I have DJ Mike's song come on, so I can understand what he's saying to me.
I mean, I'm just saying, but it's so true though. Like, but mind you, I'm not saying I'm an expert at Spanish. I just know enough to get a plate of food, or you know, because if you think about it, the majority of the time when they speak in Spanish, you know what they're mostly talking about?
People,
People, food, and sex. That's it. That's all
you're
they
like,
most.
look at this gringo.
I mean, they don't care if you're a gringo as long as they know you're trying. If they know you're trying, they'll help you. But
I'd be like, no Espanol.
I look at you like I don't know this guy. Chico Blanco, no sé, lo siento.
Yeah,
Like
about
I'd
that
be
time
like
you'd
that,
get kicked in your knee.
and then I'm gonna look, and then I'd be like, "Ay." He like come mierda por noche.
Tsunami.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, see, you do know some
So I know a
Espanol.
couple. I knew a couple
Yeah, you
words.
said you can't retain lying
No,
ass.
see, that's something I learned when I was younger, so I knew that.
Yeah, but you retained it though. You retained it though.
No, like 3 words.
That's okay. You know that's okay. You still still retain, still there.
Caught you off guard on that one, didn't
Look, you'll remember if it becomes an interest. You'll remember it.
I?
Okay.
Right.
If it's an interest, you'll remember it.
I've
Like,
heard there's some pretty good programs out there now that are really interesting on. They teach you on language that's used on a daily basis. It doesn't teach you words that you really don't want to know.
like I can tell you a phrase right now and you would recognize it in English. Hey, oye, amigo, Mikey Stocks. Dedo para tu culo.
Mm,
You figured that out, huh?
I don't know, but I kind of got the gist of
Yeah.
it.
Dedo para su culo. Fingers in his ass.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, it's not hard to. I mean, I just know like the basics. That's it. And just mostly to order food
Right,
because all the good restaurants, no one speaks English that well. So you got to know a little bit of something,
right.
especially in this area. And then when I
Well,
finally
yeah,
learned,
you would think because I live in the DMV that I would have learned like secondary language at least, and I didn't. I decided to be. I thought I was more intelligent than that, and I took technical education instead
nothing wrong with
because
that
it was
too.
more like hands on. It was more hands on, and it was the stuff that I like to do.
Dude,
So I kind of
it's
screwed myself in the long run because I should have took like Spanish or something.
well, not
Definitely
really
wasn't taking.
because
Definitely wasn't taking French because I never planned on going
well,
anywhere I need to speak French.
but you know a little bit of Spanish. I mean,
Yeah, a
not
little,
Spanish,
little.
French. You know a little bit of French.
Yeah, oui, mon chéri.
Oui, oui.
Oui, mon chéri.
Yeah, mon chéri. Parlez-vous un crayon?
Boucher.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Oh, Lord.
my brain is hitting exhaustion.
Yeah, Shinobi gave us, it said that we were both very funny and entertaining.
Yeah, pretty much.
We try to be. We definitely try to be.
Pretty much. It's the underground, not the playground. This is Mike World Order. Yeah.
Right? Where we just don't give a shit.
We don't. I'm hungry as shit too.
Me too. I ate a Whopper earlier, but I just didn't like do it for me.
I mean, it's a Whopper. What do you expect? I feel like with inflation going on in this world, they're charging higher but giving us little.
Oh yeah, the burgers got flatter. They're like half the meat they used to be.
Yeah,
The tomatoes are disgusting.
it's
It's
like
it's just crazy.
it's like finding cheaper alternatives. Like, so I was listening to this show called Dark Side of the '90s, and they were talking
Ooh.
about Nickelodeon, and it shocked me. I'm listening to it at work, and not gonna lie, it was just sad. Like all these childhood game shows that we used to watch,
Right.
they did some fucked up shit, Tom.
Oh, I know they did. Like
Like double,
Mark Summers and Double Dare.
yeah,
Oh, I know. I've
double,
heard of it. Dude, I lived through that era. I know.
like the food and the props, it's all expired government food.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yep.
like, when they said that, I was like, come on. Nickelodeon was pushing money at that time. Come on. You had the first emo kid cartoon named Doug, funny. You know,
Right.
you got some badass little kids named Rugrats. Where let's be honest, if this was real life, all of them kids would have had their ass whooped. Angelica would have got hers whooped twice a day.
Oh, definitely.
Smart ass.
That would have been one of them children that got locked in the damn closet.
Shit, yeah. Like, especially that Tommy Pickles. He always want to be exploring and shit. Be like,
Well, I
yeah,
can't say much. I can't say much because I was kind of like Tommy Pickles. I like to go explore and take things apart.
yeah, but see, Tommy had like his shit didn't stink either.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah, he had a very big ego. He's like,
yeah.
I'm the one in
See,
charge.
if I was
You guys
Chucky,
follow me.
yeah, exactly. See, if I was Chucky, I would have smacked the shit out of his bald head.
I think he had a man crush.
Nah, he was just probably. It's like, I don't think that's a good idea, Tommy. And Tommy probably look at him like, man, Chucky, grow some nuts.
Right. Wait till your balls drop and then come talk to me.
But and then they were talking about Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh yeah, that was another one. Another Mark Summers show.
Yeah, to where they mentioned how it wasn't Mark Summers. I mean, he directed it, but he wasn't the host.
Oh yeah, he was like one of the executive producers and stuff like that.
But it was just crazy how, like,
I believe at one time Mark Summers did host Legends of the Temple.
It was like the first couple episodes, but then they had a completely different guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because Mark Summers was trying to revamp Double Dare.
But it was crazy how they mentioned that these kids, these young kids, were doing all those obstacles in the same day of the tapings.
Oh yeah, it was a 1-day taping. There was no breaks.
Like, that's fucked up. Yeah, no breaks, and by the time they got to the final stage, they're exhausted. Yeah. Where when one of the whatever they were called, tribal warriors or whatever, they come out, they were mentioned those kids would have like, panic attacks and seizures and shit like that because the body's already exhausted. But something like
it's like running fucking a military boot camp all day long.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, I lost all respect for the game shows. Like Guts was another one they mentioned.
Yeah, well, that back then it was all ran on a budget, so they had to get all their filming done and editing done in 1 day.
But it's just a shame because they could do that within reason, though.
Yeah, they could have. They could have, but that was the era of let's put out product, let's put out product, let's put out product, and who cares who gets hurt in the way of it.
Yeah, it was more like
that's how the empire was built.
Yeah, but like many things, the empire got old.
It did.
I hate to say it, Nickelodeon ain't what it used to be.
MTV definitely not.
Definitely is not what it used to be.
Like, what's MTV? I know what it was then. I know what it was years ago. Whatever it is today, I don't know because it's not MTV. It's supposed to be music television.
And now it's turned into reality.
And now it's, they should rename themselves RTV.
No, they need to rename themselves shitty reality TV shows that no one really watches. It's sad, man. Like, but then everyone's like, well, nobody watches music videos anymore. Bullshit. YouTube just took y'all's business and
and took your job because now we can watch the videos we want on demand.
Yeah, like you have one job, YouTube. Like you have one job.
YouTube did it. They did it. They took it, and now they're trying. They were trying to bridge over to television, but I think they're backing away from that
now. It's just, man. See, if it wasn't for stuff like that fucking up, we wouldn't have different alternatives.
Right.
I mean,
true. They were the gateway. They were the gateway to all the new stuff that we have nowadays.
Gotta love that one up thing.
Yes. I'm glad I found that. We use it now. I think I'm going to get it tattooed on me.
What, the mushroom?
Yep, with one up.
No fucking shit.
I already got a mushroom on. I got a couple mushrooms on me at different places.
I mean,
the one has to be finished yet.
I'm trying to figure out what else that we had that was so good back in the day that they took away and bastardized it.
Well, like VH1 was the other alternative to MTV, and it went to shit also.
Yeah, it was more like the Diet Pepsi to regular Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pop-up video was the shit. Like,
we love you too, Shinobi.
Love you too. But it's all them facts they used to do on the show, man. It's like, did you know? It's like it'll mention like all the, I don't know, maybe stuff like that I thought was cool back then, and
yeah, the things you learn when you become an adult that you did not know was going on when you were a kid, it's just crazy. It's just like if you were to watch some of the cartoons that we used to watch as kids now as an adult, your jaw would drop because the jokes that were being told were like sexually graphic and dark humor.
Yeah.
And we all giggled about it and laughed about it as kids, and then as adults we're like, and it's a shock factor, like, did we actually, they allowed us to watch shit like this?
I'm not gonna lie, I still watch them and laugh to this day.
Me too. Me too.
Especially
Me too. I'm not gonna lie, especially when now you actually understand the dark humor behind it.
exactly like a Rocco's Modern Life and
Oh yeah,
Ren and Stimpy. And my all-time favorite will always be Beavis and Butthead.
Shinobi's favorite saying, "No fucking shit."
Tell you, it's the phrase that it's the
I
phrase
know
that makes
it rocks the world.
it makes the most sense, but it's to the minimum and to the point. But yeah, man, I felt like, and then I heard they were going to come back and do another season of Beavis and Butthead, but how they pretty much like
With censorship nowadays, it would be hard for them to get it on the air.
well, not just that. No, they toned it down a lot.
Yeah,
And
see,
because-
it would be fucking Beavis and Butthead.
yeah, and then because they toned it down a lot, they were like
It was what, Trey Parker, and who was the other guy?
Matt Stone. That's
it.
Park.
No, but they were having part of Beavis and Butthead too, didn't they?
That was Mike Judge.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know.
You're right. I'm just trying to get it to come out of my brain. You know, it's there. It's just I'm working the wheels right now. They're grinding.
I know. I'm the one adding WD-40 to it.
You don't see the smoke coming out my ears?
I know. That's why I'm trying to add WD-40 to it, man. Come on.
I know. Them gears are fucked up. I know.
It's like, come here, man. I got you. But South Park was funny too when it first came out.
Yeah, it was. It was. No, it wasn't. That was my opinion of South Park. It was the alternative to Beavis and Butthead when Beavis and Butthead disappeared.
Yeah,
it was the next generation of it, pretty much.
And they said some crazy shit on the show too.
And they did.
Like, who is going to do a show about an elephant who makes love to a pig? Okay,
right.
I think that was like one of the first episodes where.
And then you had like Saddam Hussein dating the devil.
Yes, like
where do you come up with this shit?
Like, hello, Satan. Like the voice they gave him. He's like,
that was like that kind of reminds me of like Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
What? J Rod said he hated Nickelodeon cartoons. What's wrong with you, J Rod?
Did you have a bad childhood?
I'm starting to wonder that, J Rod.
Because I had a really bad childhood, and them cartoons were my escape.
I mean, I was pretty much, because being the only boy,
I hated like Disney Channel.
I was pretty much the loner, so I had to rely on pro wrestling and Beavis and Butthead and
right
music, you know, especially rock and roll, because you used to see that
right.
on Beavis and Butthead. Like Beavis and
right.
Butthead would be like
they would do them little music videos in between the skits.
Like stuff like that is still entertaining. It's just that, you know, no one wants to do it because they figure, oh, that's passe. No, it's not. Some nostalgia works still in 2022.
Yeah.
Like
you just got to find your nostalgia. Everybody's nostalgia is different. Hey, the reason why I watch Nickelodeon is because I got nieces and nephews that still to this day watch Nickelodeon.
Yes,
I could tell you everything you want to know about Paw Patrol and Bubble Guppies and SpongeBob.
Hey, now SpongeBob was pretty much, if you really think about it, SpongeBob was one of those shows that kind of pushed the envelope too.
It did. There was a lot of dark humor in that. That's why I got a kick out of it watching it as an adult, because you're watching these kids just giggle and laugh because it's a sponge and a starfish and a squid talking to each other and a crab, but they're not understanding is what actually is being said here.
I mean, I get it, but I just thought it was, yeah, it's just, especially like some of the stuff SpongeBob would say. Like the one episode where him and Patrick are constantly cussing, but it's being censored by dolphin noises.
Yeah, beep, beep.
Yeah, like that shit was funny. It's like, how are you? Pretty.
Yeah, that was the talking like a sailor episode.
Yes. And then talking about like Krusty Krab pizza and all that, and you got Mr. Krabs, who I don't know if Mr. Krabs is, and I'm not saying this to be racist. So for all Bro,
I thought he
he's
was a
such
lobster.
I mean, he's a lobster, but I thought he was Jewish.
The way he's a penny pitcher? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I said the same shit.
He gave away mad, but it's like, SpongeBob, I
But
need me
but
money.
he looked more like a lobster than he did a crab.
Yeah, then they had Larry the Lobster, the guy who lifted
Yeah,
weights.
the buff one.
Yeah, but the crazy part was, I mean, yeah, he had a big upper body, but his arms were small, but then he had giant claws. So it's like,
Right?
hold up. That's kind of misleading.
Some steroid usage going on there or something.
Someone call him to NXT.
Somebody's stuffing something.
Yeah, he's stuffing that forbidden crab show. Like, oh my gosh, oh my god.
Yeah, the crazy topics.
Yeah, the crusty crab pizza. Jeez, such memories.
Well, now there's restaurants that'll actually make you a Krabby Patty. All it is a fucking hamburger.
Yeah, if you want a real Krabby Patty, go to like a seafood joint, get you some crab cakes.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I can't say nothing. I live in Maryland, where seafood is just die for sometimes.
It is, because
crab cakes here are just amazing.
Yeah, because y'all got, and it's cheaper to get seafood. Like literally.
Well, yeah, because
Northern Virginia costs too damn much.
I don't see. That's what I don't understand. You're like right there too, and I'm like, why is it so expensive there?
It's like there's a fee for everything. Like there's a fee for this. There's a processing fee. There's a fee for that. There's a fee here, fee there, everywhere. Fee.
No,
fee.
Yeah. Well, that's the same way in Maryland too.
There's a fee if you fart. I mean, it's just all these fees, man.
Right, taxed on taxed on taxed.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, and here's we're deducting $1 to let it grow on you. Like,
it's just like I'm taxed for the Chesapeake Bay, and I'm so far away from it. It's not funny.
And then the crazy part is, like, there was one time me and J Rod looked at a list of the top 10 expensive areas that overtax. DMV's in the top 10.
Oh, I know.
Where he's at?
Oh yeah, I bet
it outranks all three areas.
I guarantee it. It's because we have the crazy part is as big as the state that he's in has less of a population what the DMV has. And we're small states.
That's weird.
We're overpopulated where we're at.
Yeah, I was about to say DC alone looks overpopulated.
It's overpopulated everywhere here.
And it looks like
especially Northern Virginia, anybody in like southern part of Maryland, the central part of Maryland, all the way up into the western part of Maryland. It's overpopulated. What used to be farm fields now are like high rises and shopping centers.
It's really getting gentrified as fuck, it seems.
Yeah.
DC's no different. It's about to get worse.
And then, I know.
And it's crazy because we're overpopulated, but
I'm only 2 hours from DC.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. Like, we're overpopulated, but people are not making the money that they need to make just to.
Well, the inflation rate here is just astronomical. I know it's gone up everywhere, but oh my God. When your minimum wage is only just a little bit of money, your cost of living, you can't even make enough money working 40-hour week at a minimum wage job.
You can't. I mean, you see the hours I put in.
I know.
Like, it's wild, man.
I was working 80-hour weeks like you, and it still wasn't enough to even pay my rent and able to buy food for the month. I was able to pay my rent, my electric, and my water, and maybe pay for a week's worth of food.
You know what used to piss me off when I was working at Rent-A-Center? I was doing like 60 hours a week.
Right.
And we got paid weekly. And I was only making like 8 something an hour.
Yeah.
They had us working like 60 hours a week. That was only like maybe a little over $400 a week. That's no money.
Right.
For the hours I was working.
What's the lowest minimum wage you've ever worked?
When I was working at Walmart as a cart pusher, $6 an hour.
I made $5.25.
Damn.
Yeah. How do you live off of $5.25 an hour? That's how I don't understand people that are in like service industry of restaurants. If you're a waitress or a waiter, I don't know how you survive. Because it's not regular minimum wage.
No, they make it's like $2 and some change an hour.
Yeah, I think here it's like $3.25 an hour.
That's
plus your tips. But the fucked up part is you can get $100 tip. The restaurant's getting a portion of it. Then they're taking taxes out of all of it. So by the time you get your tip, if you got $100 tip, you might be getting $35 out of it.
Exactly. Man. Hopefully one day they see the big picture and they being,
Well, they raise the minimum wage, but then the cost of fucking living skyrockets.
Yeah, and now,
so it doesn't offset anywhere. It's a constant motion. It's battling. Okay, we need paid more money so we can live. But as soon as they give us more money, inflation kicks in, and everything costs no different than what it was if you were making less money,
if anything,
paying less amount on the bills.
If anything, it's gotten worse.
Yes, it's definitely gotten worse. Every time there's a minimum wage hike, it gets worse.
It's like, you guys are not helping me.
And then with COVID fucking everything up, major worse.
Very, very worse. It's just like I said, it's one of those travesties that, and then of course with the whole, I'm still going to the grocery stores, it's still empty in the meat department. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's because the trucks can't bring it in fast enough.
Right. Not just that, they want vaccinated, and not everyone's vaccinated or choose to be it. I don't judge whether you do it or don't.
Me neither. Right?
I did it.
Your opinion.
I did it. I had COVID. I'm still standing.
Right.
And it's funny. People are like against it until they find out. Hold up, Mike.
They get it. Yeah. I've seen people be against it until all of a sudden they got it and then wish to God they had it. And then it's already too late. I've known a couple of people that's happened to. They swore against it 100%, said it was all fake. And then a month down the road, they got it, begged the doctors to give it to them. I'm sorry, it's already too late. We can't give you the vaccination. You already got it right this minute, and we can't vaccinate you. And they end up passing away from it. We're like, well, it's your choice.
Exactly. And mind you, even my pops, who's a retired Marine, he even said it back then when he got enlisted. They gave him 2 shots of penicillin to the butt cheeks. They weren't back then. We're like, no, we're not doing that. No, what about?
Oh yeah, no, you got it. Regardless, you signed that piece of paper. Yeah, you signed that paper. It says I'm going to get the 2 peanut butter shots in my butt.
Yeah, it's like you belong to.
And it wasn't just penicillin. It was a peanut butter shot. It was a bunch of vaccines all mixed into one that made it look like peanut butter. And it was thick like it.
I like thick like peanut.
Because they still give that shot.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. Plus, I like how we went from one topic to another to talk about
right. See, that's how the end of the show should go. We always we cover a bunch of topics, but we're just conversating. People in the chat room are engaging in it.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. They were for a while.
I guess we should go ahead and do the close then.
Yes, I was getting ready to
Because
say the same thing.
oh
Even
yeah,
though you wanted to end it like a half hour or 35 minutes ago.
I still wanted to end it a half hour.
I know. Me too. I was there with you. I gave you the thumbs up to it.
I am giving you a heads up when the moment that episode says end, I am probably gonna fix me a giant juice drink and going to bed. Um, I've been running it hard the past 3 days, literally running hard the past 3 days.
Well, that's why I got noodle legs.
I got noodle legs, y'all. You know, if you
If
don't
you ever
know,
see Mike out running, you just say noodle legs.
yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just like, hey, Mr. Noodle Legs, you know. And if you don't know what noodle legs is,
That's where your
that's
legs
not my
flap.
problem. No,
Rubber leg, rubber
but
leg.
anywho, we still got a very busy week regardless. We got Thirsty Thunder Thursday tomorrow night. And then this Saturday, we also got a special live Mike World Order
Daytime show. Yeah.
daytime. Exactly. We're breakfast. I guess we're the breakfast club now. So we'll be having the Rebel Starbuck on the show at 10 o'clock our time, which is 5 o'clock his time in Helsinki, Finland. So that's going to be interesting. And this episode will be no time limit. So we can start at 10. It might end at maybe, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon. We never know.
You never
But
know.
never know. Because he does have a lot, to talk about knowledge and everything. And he's been there, he's done that. He's pretty much known as the top name in all of European wrestling right now. Got to give the man his respect for it, big time. But hook, line, and sinker. Give me that fish. But no, I don't want no fish. I'm more of a shrimp guy. But
Oh, you're into shrimps, are you?
yeah,
I thought
prawns.
I thought for sure you'd get into the red snapper.
Yeah, red snapper has like a bad after smell too. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I know, right? Oh, look, only in America. But
Right.
anywho, guys, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. This episode, along with the last one, will be on Spotify soon. Um, Tune in tomorrow night for our happy hour show, where we will probably continue part 2 of heckling Mikey Starks and his finger ass popping. I'm
Yeah.
Mike Thunder. He's Filthy Tom Lightning. We got everyone in the group chat. Thanks for participating. And we will see you guys tomorrow night on Thirsty Thunder Thursday with the Mike
Twitch
World Order.
exclusive.
Yeah, Twitch. That means follow us, subscribe. If you don't want to pay the $6 a month to subscribe, if you got Amazon Prime, you get to subscribe for free. You're paying $12 a month anyways.
If you're not subscribing, you're now seeing a 1 minute ad.
Yeah, you're going to have to deal with 1 minute ads, especially the annoying 30-second ad when it opens. It only takes you 30 seconds. Press the subscribe. Right. There you go. You ain't gonna miss that $6 anyways. But how people have been
I think it's only $4.99. The first month I think it's like $5.99, but every month after I think it's only $4.99.
I guess I just use my Amazon when I.
Well, you get a 20% discount if you subscribe back-to-back months. Just to let you know that, people.
See, there you go. Leave it to Filthy Tom to give y'all the tricks of the trade.
I don't know about YouTube yet. Still figuring that one out.
YouTube is YouTube.
But we're not at pay status over on YouTube, so.
Yeah, I just I'm just still trying to get Nutella to sponsor us.
right? We got to get the word out there. If anybody know anybody that works for Nutella, throw Mike World Order their way. We're looking for some sponsorship.
Yeah. Tom said he'll swan dive in a tub of Nutella.
I will.
For 6 figures. Wearing a man thong and a Viking helmet.
Yep. With blonde pigtails.
I would do the same. For 6 figures, hell yeah.
Right?
All right, look, I'll be doing backflips into that tub. Like,
I'll do whatever they want me to do in that tub for 6 figures.
I don't know about all that.
Under reasons. Under certain reasons.
Yeah, I was
you know?
within reasons. Yeah, nah. Yeah. Nah. I'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, nah. Anywho, thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we will see you guys next time here on Mike